today I thought it would be valuable for you guys if I broke down my entire interview lighting setup. So we're inside of Hatch 1121 here, art gallery in downtown Lake Worth. We've been here a handful of times. You've seen this space on the channel if you've watched a few of the other videos. So we just walked in, set up the camera, and I thought we would just literally dive through the process from start to finish, right? So we found that this is gonna be the corner that we're shooting into. Always wanna kind of shoot into a corner and have that depth of field behind the person. That's what I look for in the room. This is, luckily enough, this is a very large space. So we're gonna have our subject sitting on the end of this bench here. I might move that one chair, we'll see how it looks. But the very first thing that I would do is find our setting, right? So how do we look, Paul?
Looking good.
Might work, okay.
Yeah,
so the very first thing I'll do is I'll get my main camera, and before I pull any lights into the setup, I'm just gonna get the main camera on the tripod, frame up my shot, and make sure that I'm liking the way that it looks. So before you pull any lights into your shot, you always wanna frame it up first and make sure you like the way that it looks. So we're doing a few different interviews here, and we'll probably stay in the same space. So we might change the angle just a little bit here and there, depending upon the person and how much time we have. But yeah, so I'll just set up my camera. I think I'm gonna put a monitor on it real quick, just so I can see the full frame real nicely. We've got this 7-inch monitor, which is great. It's this one from Portkeys, the one that you can control the camera. Although the camera controls on it aren't really great. And guess what? I forgot my HDMI cable, so we're not gonna be using, do you have HDMI cables?
Not with me.
Hey, that's part of life and that's part of filmmaking. You adapt, you overcome, and you realize that you're an idiot sometimes. So, put that back. It's really a bummer. Okay. Super bummer. A lot of moving parts go into filmmaking. Sometimes you just don't have what you need, so you need to adapt. So, Paul said we should have this on wide, huh, Paul? 24 is good?
35 is what I was thinking.
All right, I love that, 35. All right, why don't you sit down there for me? Okay, I like this. So he's blocking the chair in the back, and then I see the 2 chairs in the window. This is looking good. Yeah, we don't really have a stool. I would say a stool is probably best, but we don't have one, because I can kind of see a lot of the bench here, but let's just roll with it. Okay, so that's gonna be our shot. From here, what I'm gonna do is going to turn off the overhead lights.
Do you want to take that for a moment?
What's that?
Did you take a little bit of that, like a few seconds?
No.
So they can see what your shot is?
Wow, dude, you're smart. Okay, 48 frames, good. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna kill the overhead lights and bring in my key light. So, for the key light, I've really been loving the lantern recently because it puts off really nice, even distributed light. The circular softboxes are great, but it tends to get really shadowy, you know, and then you got to bring in like another light to fill in the shadows. But we have to move fast, and oftentimes I'm by myself, so I like doing it like this, just because of the fact that, one, this modifier is very easy to set up. And literally you just press it and it pops out. It's ready to go. And the second thing is it just creates nice, beautiful, even lighting. All right, so we're gonna need an extension cord. So let me see if we got a plug over here.
Yep. To your left.
Yeah, but that's gonna be in the shot. So we're gonna go this way. Bongo ties. If you don't mess with the bongo ties, you gotta start messing with them. Little wooden dowel at the end, so clutch. Let's see if this will reach. Okay, we're a little tight there. So check this out. Slides in the bag like this. You just press, hook, boom, and you're latched. Done. Uh-oh, police. Okay, so turn this on. We'll set our white balance to, we'll see what 4,000 looks like. And let's turn off these lights. I could tell already that's a vibe. It's a vibe. Fix these little things because sometimes they get, yeah, they're a little messed up. It's okay. She's got some miles on her. All right. So this is looking, roll there so we can see. I'm gonna set my white balance on the camera to match the light. So we'll set it to 4,000. Looks a little blue, so I'm gonna go up to 4,500. 4,500. So we're gonna wanna get this closer to our subject. You know what, instead of moving everything, I think I'm just gonna have the subject move a little closer. So I'm gonna pull this back just a hair like this. And then I'm gonna slide this bench. Just like that. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, really like this. This is looking really nice. And I think with a little bit of backlight, you're really gonna pop off there. So, brand new addition to the family. I've been eyeing up this light for some time and just haven't really pulled the trigger just because, I don't know. Just have so much crap, I don't wanna buy extra stuff. But I've been using the tube lights for hair lights for a while, and it just gets a little bit tedious and annoying because you have to get them in the right place, and then sometimes they're almost in the shot, and it's not the best light. So we're gonna try this. Just got it. I didn't even test it. Hopefully it works. Came with this little reflector. And I'm just gonna leave the diffuser off. Oh, this isn't a Bowens mount. This is a different one. I forgot about that, so I won't be able to use the spotlight attachment until I get the right adapter. I forgot about that. It's a good thing to remember if you're gonna get the, or no, is it Bowens? No, it is Bowens. Yeah. I don't know. If you have this light and you know what the mount is, drop it in the comments. I love this ecosystem of lights. Now, every light that I have and that I use is Amaran, pretty much. The 200X is great. It's bicolor and plenty powerful for everything that I need. And then I do have the 300D too. It's just a little more challenging to set up, like because it has the ballast and all this stuff. So for shoots like this that I need to move fast and, you know, 60% of the time I'm by myself, I want to have the easiest setup possible. Okay, so this one we'll plug in over here. Say a prayer to the Amazon gods that it fires up. I think if I put this over here, just right like this. All right, moment of truth. You ready, Paul? Oh, yeah. Ooh. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is get my phone. Okay, this has been recording the whole time. I'm gonna turn that off to conserve battery.
Maybe don't use the piece of footage where I was picking your nose
Oh, you're picking your nose in there?
for a couple seconds.
Okay, so now I'm gonna get this Keylight as close as I can without being in the camera. I'm opening up my Sidus Link app again, which is why
Maybe a screen recording of that?
I like these lights. So now all I have to do is go to add light, new fixture. It already sees the 60X there. I hit boom, set up.
Just screen record yourself doing that.
I'll record now. Okay, so I've just added the 60X. Okay, so do you think, I'm asking my director, Paul, should my Keylight and Hairlight be the same temperature?
Yes.
Okay, so we're at,
Opinion, they should.
Paul says yes, so we're at 4,500. Okay, so cameras and lights are at 4,500. Now, the coolest thing about this app is all I need to do is hit this power button here, and I can see exactly what it's doing. So this light is at 50%, and you can see as I'm turning it on and off. It's actually filling in the shadows on the one side of Paul's face instead of backlighting. So what I'm gonna do is I need to pull the light further behind him. Paul, maybe you could help me out and just go over there in the shot and tell me how close I can get without being in the shot. Like,
You're in the shot.
okay,
You're out.
I'm out. Okay, so that's much further though, so I think we're gonna get a much nicer result like that. I'm gonna tilt it down just a hair. Yeah. How you doing? Yeah, 2 minutes, literally.
2 minutes.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so now I'll have Paul go back over there. Now we're going to turn this on again. Okay, so now I can see a little flare from the light actually coming in. It's also lighting the floor a lot, which is kind of cool.
Spotlight attachment.
Think I should use that?
I mean, if it helps you direct it a little bit, maybe, but it's really.
Okay. So here you can see what it looks like. It's kind of spilling onto the floor. So we have the, never know, is this a Fresnel or a Fresnel?
For now.
No, this is a Fresnel. Fresnel. Fresnel?
For now.
Oh, is the S silent? See, Buddy went to film school, and I'm just over here figuring it out on YouTube land. Okay, so do we want it at 12 degrees or 40 degrees?
Let's try whatever the most zoomed in is first. You can tap back slowly.
Wow. Okay, so that's the tightest. That's kind of really hitting the side of his face though. And it's very strong. So I'm gonna Literally have this at 15%. Okay. Just hitting the side of the face more than the back of the head. I'm asking Paul for advice. Here, come here. Come check the camera and I'll show you what it's doing. All right, so see that?
Yep.
Off, on.
Yeah, honestly, like, we might have to punch in so we can bring it closer to the back.
Yeah, so let's go put that to 50 then.
50?
Okay, now.
Yeah, you can push it a lot farther. Still not in frame. You're now in frame. There you're out.
Good?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Am I centered?
Yes.
What do you think?
It's still mostly side of face, so you might have to tilt it up a little bit.
Okay, tilting up. Okay, that's as good as it's gonna get. That's a nice hair light right there. That's a nice hair light. Okay, literally at 12%. Makes a big difference. Now the only thing that I'm seeing that I'm not too super excited on is that you can see the cars coming and going through that window. So
Down to a 2.8. And then up the ISO so it's too bright to see through the window.
it's blown out. Yeah, it's an option.
One of several.
I'm pretty happy. Okay, so we added a tube light to the back wall. And again, all I need to do is go into the Sidus Link app, find the light. Okay, that's not the one. I really need to label them, but I'm lazy. Okay, so there we go. So, wow, look at it back there, dude. Look at that. Show the people, dude. Show the subscribers. Show the friends. Just maybe not blue.
Sure.
Okay, let's just do it.
Maybe like a warmer hue than the...
Yeah, like 3,000.
Maybe, let's try it.
Ooh, that looks nice. Just gives you like an ever so slight glow in that back corner. All right, here, come check it out. I want your opinion.
That's off, right? That's on.
Our teachers here at Hatch 1121, and I spoke to the...
You can just stay focused on this camera. This is just a security angle for filler if we need. Okay, so again, missing gear and adapting and overcoming, it's all part of filmmaking. So as you saw there, that was a one-person interview that turned into two people at the same time, which is never really ideal and definitely more challenging. So we had both people sitting there, and then I had to adjust the tube light, and I had to adjust the hair light and the key light. But again, this modifier came in clutch because that can light two people just fine. Backlight or the hair light, lit them just fine, and then I just moved the tube light. So we had the FX3 at 50 millimeters, and then we had a nice tight shot of both people on the 85 millimeter, the 200X. This was almost at 100% lighting our scene. And then we had the 60X, the newest addition to the team, solo. It's only at 13% with the spotlight attachment on there. And then you can see the one tube light really added a nice little pop of color back in there, warm color back into the scene. So that's it. That's how I come into a job, set everything up, light it. If you have any questions about any of the gear or anything like that, just leave a comment down below and I'll respond, or you can send me a DM on Instagram at ASNYCZ, and I'll be happy to get with you. See you in the next video.